Welcome back, wrestling fans, to Wainsider, where we dig deep into the raw, human heart of the WWE Universe, uncovering the truths that hit harder than any superkick. Tonight, we confront a story that's left fans reeling: shocking betrayal. Bron Breakker screws Seth Rollins, hands world title to Brock Lesnar. This isn't just a championship twist, it's a saga of shattered trust, fractured families, and a legacy teetering on the edge. Feel the tension build as we unravel the bloodline's emotional weight in a betrayal that cuts to the bone. The bloodline's story is one of power, a dynasty built on the Anoa'i family's unyielding strength. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, ruled with a 1,316-day Universal Championship reign, flanked by the Usos, Jey and Jimmy, and later Solo Sikoa, with Paul Heyman's cunning as their guide. Their dominance reshaped WWE, a fortress of family pride. But beneath the glory, silent resentment simmered, a pressure to uphold the legacy that strained every bond, threatening to crack their unity. Roman's reign demanded absolute loyalty, a mandate that came at a cost. Jey Uso felt it first, his 2020 rebellion against Roman a desperate cry for freedom. Jimmy, torn between brother and cousin, clung to his wife, Naomi, as his anchor. The X platform buzzed with fans dissecting every glance: Roman's cold stares, Jey's defiance, Jimmy's quiet struggle. The bloodline was a beacon of power, but its foundation hid fissures, each member wrestling with their role in a dynasty that demanded everything. Please like, share and subscribe for more WWE content. Solo Sikoa, the youngest, rose as the enforcer, his loyalty to Roman fierce but his ambition burning. The 2024 edition of Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu signaled a new bloodline, one that pushed Jey further out and tested Jimmy's allegiance. The X platform captured fans' unease, posts hinting at Solo's hunger for power, a silent resentment toward Roman's control. The family's unity, once their strength, was now a fragile thread, stretched thin by pride and expectation. Bron Breakker, though not Anoa'i blood, entered the fray as a force of chaos. As Rick Steiner's son, his 2024 main roster debut was explosive, his spear a nod to his Hall of Fame lineage. Aligned with Paul Heyman's vision, faction alongside Bronson Reed, Bron orbited the bloodline, his raw power a threat to their dominance. The X platform whispered of his frustration, his ambition overshadowed by Roman's reign, a resentment that burned beneath his brash exterior. Seth Rollins, the visionary, was a separate storm, his history with the bloodline rooted in the Shield. His 2014 betrayal of Roman and Dean Ambrose fractured a brotherhood, a wound that never healed. Seth's 2025 World Heavyweight Championship reign was a triumph, but his battles with the bloodline, especially Roman, carried a personal edge. The X platform shared clips of their clashes, fans sensing Seth's drive to outshine the tribal chief, a pressure that left him vulnerable. Paul Heyman's role was pivotal, his shift from Roman's wise man to the mastermind of the vision, a betrayal that shook the bloodline. Bron, under Heyman's wing, became a weapon, his attacks on Jey and Roman a message: the dynasty was faltering. The X platform buzzed with Heyman's cryptic posts, hinting at a power grab. The pressure on the bloodline wasn't just internal, it was a war with those who sought to dismantle their legacy. Naomi, tied to the bloodline through Jimmy, felt the ripple effects. Her 2025 Women's World Championship win was a beacon, but her battles with Nia Jax, another Anoa'i cousin, exposed the family's cracks. Nia's taunts, mocking Naomi's place, were a betrayal of blood. The X platform captured fans' outrage, their #JusticeForNaomi # a cry for respect, as the bloodline's silence deepened the wound. The locker room was a powder keg. Bianca Belair, Naomi's tag team partner, stood by her, their bond alight in the chaos. Cody Rhodes, a friend to Seth, watched the bloodline's drama with unease, his own battles with Roman a fresh memory. Wrestlers whispered about Bron's reckless ambition, his 2024 attacks on stars like Ilya Dragunov a sign of a man unchained. The X platform shared clips of his spears, fans torn between awe and fear. Brock Lesnar, the beast incarnate, loomed as a shadow. His 2024 absence, due to a rotator cuff injury, sparked retirement rumors, but his return at SummerSlam 2025 was a seismic shock. Brock's history with Seth, his 2019 Universal title loss to Rollins, carried a grudge, his silence a weapon. The X platform speculated on his motives, fans sensing a hunger to reclaim his throne, a force that would collide with the Bloodline saga. The stage was set for a moment that would change everything. On Raw, August 18, 2025, Seth Rollins defended his World Heavyweight Championship against Brock Lesnar, the arena electric with anticipation. The Bloodline watched from backstage, their presence a reminder of their stake in WWE's power. The match was brutal, Seth's high-flying defiance meeting Brock's raw force, each move a clash of legacies. But the real shock came in the final moments, a betrayal that stunned the WWE Universe. As Seth set up for his curb stomp, Bron Breakker stormed the ring, his spear crashing through Seth with vicious precision. The crowd gasped as Bron stood over him, smirking, then pulled Brock to his feet, handing him the title shot. Lesnar's F5 sealed the deal, the referees count a death knell as Brock claimed the World Heavyweight Championship. The X platform erupted, clips of Bron's betrayal spreading with hashtags like #BronscrewSeth, fans reeling from the treachery. The aftermath was chaos. Seth lay in the ring, his face a mask of shock and pain, betrayed by a man he'd underestimated. Backstage, Jimmy Uso confronted Bron, his voice raw, "You're Heyman's dog now." Bron's laugh was cold, his alliance with Heyman a dagger in the Bloodline's heart. The X platform shared footage of the confrontation, fans debating Bron's motives, ambition or personal vendetta. Roman's silence was deafening. As the tribal chief, his failure to foresee Heyman's betrayal, now channeled through Bron, was a crack in his armor. Jay, watching from the crowd, clenched his fists, his yeet persona dimmed by rage. The Bloodline's unity was fracturing, their legacy questioned as Heyman's Vision faction rose. The X platform buzzed with fans' fears, posts asking if the dynasty could survive. Seth's grief was visceral. His 2014 Shield betrayal had cost him brothers, but this was different. Bron's act was a public shaming, a wound to his legacy. Backstage, he confided in Becky Lynch, his voice breaking, "I thought I could trust the kid." Becky's embrace was his anchor, but the pain lingered, a reminder of wrestling's brutal toll. The X platform shared Seth's raw promo, his tears a rare glimpse of vulnerability. The locker room was divided. Cody rallied for Seth, his anger at Bron palpable, while others, like Bronson Reed, stood by Heyman's vision, their loyalty a new factional divide. Bianca, close to Naomi, whispered about the Bloodline's cracks, her support for Jimmy unwavering. The X platform captured the tension, insiders leaking Bron's defiance, his refusal to apologize a sign of a man consumed by ambition. Naomi's pain was personal, her bond with Jimmy was tested, the Bloodline's chaos threatening their love. She spoke to Bianca, her voice trembling, "This family's tearing us apart." The X platform shared her cryptic post, a glowing heart emoji, a sign of resilience amidst betrayal. Naomi's glow, once a beacon, was now a defiance against a family unraveling. The scandal of Bron's actions sparked outrage. Fans demanded accountability, their #JusticeForSeth hashtag trending alongside tributes to his reign. Leaks suggested WWE knew of Bron's volatility, his 2024 suspensions ignored for his star power. Triple H's silence was a betrayal to some, a failure to protect Seth, a man who'd carried the company through its darkest days. Brock's title win was bittersweet. His return was a triumph, but his alliance with Bron, orchestrated by Heyman, tainted it. Backstage, he stood alone, his silence a shield against the chaos. The X platform debated his role, was he a pawn or a predator? Fans shared clips of his F5, a reminder of his dominance, but also of a man caught in a web of betrayal. The Bloodline's legacy was at a crossroads. Roman's reign, once untouchable, was now questioned, his silence a failure to protect his family. Jay's rise, Jimmy's loyalty, and Solo's ambition pulled the dynasty apart. The X platform buzzed with fans' hopes for reconciliation, but also fear that the Bloodline was fading, its power eroded by Heyman's treachery. Naomi's return to the ring was a defiance of pain. On SmackDown, August 22, 2025, she faced Io Sky, her glow reignited. Jimmy stood ringside, his love a shield. Her promo was raw, "This family won't break me." The crowd roared, their glow chants a promise of support, a rejection of the betrayal that sought to dim her light. The fans kept the Bloodline's heart beating. At Raw, signs read, "Acknowledge Seth," and Bloodline Forever, a testament to their divided loyalties. The X platform shared tributes to Seth's resilience, Jay's fire, Naomi's glow, memories of a dynasty that still burned bright. A young fan's post, Seth, you're still our visionary, broke hearts, a reminder of the love that endures. The locker room felt the shift. Bianca and Bayley rallied for Naomi, their bond a new family in the wreckage. Cody, leading for Seth, vowed to confront Bron, his promos laced with anger. The X platform captured the divide, fans debating who would rise, who would fall, in a WWE reshaped by betrayal and ambition. This story is about more than a title change, it's about blood, trust, and the cost of power. Bron's betrayal, Seth's pain, and the bloodline's fractures are a mirror to our own battles with loyalty and ambition. The Anoa legacy is eternal, but it's forged in pain, tested by broken trust, and carried by those who refuse to bow. Thank you for joining us, for feeling this with us, for standing with the bloodline and Seth. Hold your family close, fight through the betrayal, and never let your legacy fade. Until next time, keep the faith.